Luigi, have you listened to Tiana Taylor's album? Tony, have you listened to Tiana Taylor's album?
I didn't know she had an album.
She's got a record out with Lucky There. It's pretty good. So, remember Luigi, last time we said we had Katia here? We were talking, I was talking about who should be nominated. And she said, I don't know. They both got nominated. Tiana Taylor got nominated for R&B Album of the Year. And the Clips, you know what the Clips, they got nominated for Rap Album of the Year, Album of the Year, and a couple Rap Songs of the Year. Now, I don't know if they're going to win, but I'm going to mention this a couple times because this is something that is not on our radar, but it happened very significantly for the Clips' success. Pharrell, when he was doing his European Yves Saint Laurent fashion thing, all his fashion shows, he was playing Clips records at each one of those fashion shows. Okay, we would have no idea about that because we're here, right? But Europe got a big dose of the Clips before the album even came out, and he put them in the fashion shows. So nobody knew this, but why are they so popular? Well, guess what? Europe has gotten a whole dose of. That's like us knowing Wu-Tang Clan before Europe knows you Wu-Tang Clan. That type of thing. So that's a big thing that kind of happened right there. That was kind of important. I'm gonna bring it up again because sometimes there's a lot of other things that are happening culture-wise that speak to the success of records that have less to do with videos and less to do with the music, not the music, but radio, or streams or spins, that type of thing. But if I go down that rabbit hole, we won't even get to the show. So Luigi, industry rule number 4080. Let's go.
Industry rule number 4080. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady.
Welcome, Goju Nation. Industry rule number 4080, season 4, episode 3. My name is Tally. We thank you, Goju Nation, because as always, you appreciate it and respect it. You are here to get the qualified, verified, and certified content. And thank you for being on this cultural journey with me. Okay, make sure you tap in on all our socials at GothamJungle, one word, at GothamJungle, one word, on IG, X, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube. Okay, share, follow, subscribe, like, share, follow, subscribe, like. Okay, and make sure you also send us your email address so we can lock you in for the Gotham Jungle newsletter, which is forthcoming very, 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 very soon. Okay? Luigi, how you doing, man? You in good shape today? Yeah. All right, so if y'all hear anything in the background, that is my friend for years. His name is Tony. He'll have some comments. Maybe he won't. But if you hear him, he's here. Okay? All right, here we go. Luigi wasn't here for this. No, you were here for this last year. Okay? But every year around Grammy time, I get antsy and I get angry because I don't know what they're going to do. And actually, I just look forward to them messing it up. I truly look forward to them messing it up because there are albums that I hear, that I listen to, that the Grammy's not even aware of. Last year, they made a huge mistake. Another album you should listen to, Tony, is Tyrese's album. Okay, Tyrese's last album was an amazing album that people really didn't get a big dose of. They should have got a hold of. But I've been killing them for the past couple years, and rightfully so, because they were disconnected, wrong songs in wrong categories, wrong winners, wrong nominees. They were all over the place, okay? And just giving out real incompetence and confusion. But this year, significantly, I'm being serious. I'm not joking when I say it. I'm not trying to be funny or sarcastic. Somebody got promoted, somebody else got hired, and there were new people in the room because they finally turned the TV off and turned the music on. They got about 87 of the Grammy nominations right. They usually get about 60 to 65. That's why I'm screaming and yelling. So this episode, I got to respect the room. I got, as much as I killed them the past couple years, this year I'm going to give them their flowers. The 2026 Grammys did the right thing. So as we normally do, Luigi, let's go with the qualified, the Q. Okay? And in the qualified category today, we're going to speak about the hip-hop categories. Did you know there's 6 hip-hop categories, Luigi? All right, we'll go through them. In between my commentary, okay, I'm gonna provide some chart information, what their monthly listeners is looking like, subscribers wise, their cultural impact, the things that they've done, and there may be some sales and certifications at this point in time that if it's so 500,000 records, whatever that equivalence is, all right. But we're gonna start here, okay. Best rap performance. Now I'm gonna do this throughout, Luigi, because it's important because people see the categories as just the categories, not recognize what the categories represent. Okay, so best rap performance is literally on how they performed the record they're putting out. It's not if the record's good, if the record's bad, although that's a big part of it, is of how strong they were in their walk. Are they very convincing? Did they sound like they make a lot of sense? Did it touch people? Performance, and presentation, okay? First one nominated is Anxiety by Doechii, okay? Now, this record peaked at number 9 on the Hot 100, number 1 in pop airplay last year, or this year currently. Due to the success of this record, her monthly listeners, Spotify-wise, she's at like 23 million a month. Okay, so she's getting some streams. Okay, probably was the biggest radio ad record of her career. Remember this TikTok video. Okay, this is one of those examples of literally how social media impacts sales. Because the second she did that Will Smith, Tatiana Ali video, with her doing the anxiety thing, they jumped in the video. It went viral immediately and brought the whole world towards that record. That record wasn't the record without that, okay? TikTok actually pushed this record to its success, okay? And made everybody kind of pay attention. Also, because of the sample, I want to say that's the Police. That's the sample that they're using. It also brought different cultures into the room as well, too, right? So that's a big record for her, all right? The epitome of what the TikTok culture represents. She went from a rising star to a household name based upon this record. Okay, because the record she had before was with Kodak Black. People don't know that was her first successful record, but that didn't cross barriers. It just got her in the game. Okay, and just before and let's not discount how strong her pen is. She's got her pen game is pretty strong, especially when it comes to concepts. I'm not gonna say she can sit here and like lyrically just go bang 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 and write hot lines. Okay, but when it comes to a concept. Okay, she could literally write the crap out of a concept, and she definitely did that with Anxiety. Okay, also nominated in this category is the Clips Change the Whips featuring Kendrick Lamar and put Ann Pharrell. I think the Ann Pharrell part speaks to what I just spoke about earlier about where he is. I'm not sure if this record is the record that should have been nominated off of this album, but what I do know is that the Kendrick part adds to the sexy of why they would nominate it. Okay, the summer, this was a great summer for the Clips. Probably was their most popular summer in their career. Okay. Album debuted at number 4. Okay. Clips gets about 3 million subscribers on Spotify, listeners a month. Okay. Okay. Cultural impact. Pharrell previewed the record at a luxury couture show in Italy. They had a big vinyl sharing because you can see a lot of the elder, I would say elder, but some of the OG DJs wanting the vinyl of an album in this case. You can see that being the case. And they sold 118,000 their first week equivalent. So the album's probably gold, which is about where they land when it's all said and done. They're not going to sell 10 million records like Outkast, but they probably got a gold status. That's pretty good for them. Okay. Reunion records usually don't deliver. Usually they underperform. Okay, this one actually performed well. Pharrell basically curated a very good album from top to bottom. Malice was like he never left. The way he's rhyming on the records, like he never stopped rhyming. And adding the fact that fashion element really was a big element that catapulted this project more so than we think. So it's good for them as well too. Okay, next nomination is TV Off by Kendrick. Number 2 album in the country sold this year. Number 1 hip hop album sold this year. Kendrick Lamar monthly gets 71 million listeners on Spotify. That's an amazing number. So he's actually making real money, okay, over Spotify compared to everybody else. Longest one in the top 3 rap single of his cycle with this album. You're going to hear a lot of Kendrick today, by the way, guys. Think about it. And they really haven't put the sales out yet, but he's been beyond successful since he speak for, especially post Super Bowl performance. When I listen to this song, TV Off, it's like he's allergic to wasted syllables. He does not waste a second on this song. Everything he's saying has a purpose. It's almost like it's like he doesn't even take a breath. Like, I'm not wasting a line. I'm not wasting a breath. I'm not wasting a syllable. And he does not on this record. It's just something I wanted to point out because it's almost like this point in his career, you think he would take a step back tone and kind of say, I'm good. No. He's like, he got his foot on the game's neck. He's not letting up. So good for him that one. Okay. Here's my what should I call it? Here's my passion project or my passion artist that I'm a big fan of, okay? Next nomination, Tyler, the Creator, featuring Tizo, Doll and I, okay? Off the Chromacopia album. If you haven't heard Chromacopia, you need that in your life. I'm just saying it because a lot of people on the East Coast do not get this, okay? I'm saying this once, I'm going to say it 10 more times. If Kanye West and Pharrell Williams had a kid, his name would be Tyler, the Creator. That's how good he is. And he's a better rapper than both of them, okay? Y'all need to have that in your life, okay? And to give you an idea of how impactful this record is, Luigi, because you remember, I think you remember this. Chromacopia came out October of last year. It just missed the Grammy cycle, but it was so impactful. This year's cycle, the album and the song got nominated. That says everything you know about Tyler, the Creator. Okay, I'm gonna save it because there's so much more I could talk about him, so I'm gonna keep going. Okay. Now, here's the song that I like a lot because this song speaks to performance when I break it down. Okay. Next nomination is Cardi B, Outside. Okay. Now, I'm gonna give you a story to kind of break down why this song has such strength in my mind. Okay. This is the record that she made directly after she announced she was divorcing Offset. Okay. To let him know that I'm done with you and this is what I'm doing. So when it speaks to performance, right? This is a performance category. Her passion speaks thoroughly on this record. When you hear this record, you know she's not playing. She's very much like, yes, I'm not doing this, and I am outside. And what do you want? Leave me alone. So this is the epitome of what a performance record would sound like, because everybody in the room can account and say, yeah, she did sound like she was mad at him on this record, and she definitely is not playing with him on this record. Okay, so Outside by Cardi B got nominated as well too. She gets 33 million Spotify downloads a month. By the way, so the numbers are big. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you at the end who I think should win, who I want to win, and it might sound like it's too much, but I like doing that, Luigi, because I like when I say the Tiana Taylor thing and then it happens. I like saying it now, so when it happens, I can feel good about it, okay? We're talking about performance, but when you speak the popularity of artists, they're both neck and neck, but this record was such a big thing. I think Doechie's going to win this category. I think she's going to win for Anxiety, okay? But we wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick won because of who he represents. Okay, and Clips made a statement. Wouldn't surprise me. I don't think so. And also, just don't count out Cardi. I just wouldn't count her out. I think Doechii will win, but I wouldn't count out Cardi. Okay, because of how she impacts culture, right? And the biggest thing is what that goes to. Okay, all right. Best melodic rap performance. This is the Ja Rule category. This is the category Ja Rule made. Okay. First one, which I don't even know if I should read any of the other songs after this. Okay, because once I break this one down, you're like, yeah, it's probably the winner. Kendrick Lamar and SZA for Luther. Okay. Let me give you some stats that you might not be aware of. Okay. Do you know that this song was #1 on the charts for 27 weeks? Let me say that one more time. That's half the year that was the #1 song in the country. Okay, it has the record for that. Okay, most weeks on the chart at #1. Okay, #1 on any chart you want to name. Okay, now this is something that's interesting because this is a term that's kind of come up with this generation. Okay, there's this thing called a sad luxury aesthetic. This goes into like a whole nother conversation about like how kids are feeling with their emotions and whether they're depressed or whether they're happy. Like this record falls into one of those categories now. There's now a thing where you could there's a sad rap song, okay, or an aesthetic that goes into that kids love because of how they're feeling this generation wise. And this record is like the poster child for that record, okay, for kids, which is a whole, I don't even know what to say to that. Okay, but that's a real thing. But I'm just hanging on the fact that it was #1 for 27 weeks. Okay, Luther's family should be very happy with the residuals on this one, and so should Cheryl Lynn, who people don't know, that's the female voice that sung the duet with Luther Vandross on that record, by the way. That's just me being Tally. Okay. Next nomination. This is a good artist. if you and I don't know if you know him, Tone, but I know that Luigi knows him. JID got nominated. Okay, with Ty Dolla $ign and Black or Slack Black. What's Six Slack? What's he call himself? It's Black Slack. Okay, call me. Let me know what it is. Okay, Wholeheartedly. It's a good record. It's more of a. It's never going to win, but it definitely is a good nomination for JID because he's having his coming out party. JID, if I got it right, Luigi, correct me. JID comes from the J. Cole clique. Okay, of his clan of rappers. This is the first breakout artist. Okay, of all of them. No, who's the female singer? There's a female singer whose name's going to hit me as well, too. She also broke out. You know her as well, too. Okay, we'll hit us in a minute. But JID with Ty Dolla $ign. Again, I don't want to give a lot of details because the winner's going to be Luther with SZA and Kendrick. Nobody's topping that record. So I'm just giving you the nomination to give it to you. Okay? There's a gospel rap record by an artist called Friday that featured Meek Mill. Okay? I think the Grammys just heard that song one time, just like the fact what it represented, and said we just going to nominate it. I'm not saying it's a record should be nominated. Okay? That song's called Proud of Me. Okay. Now, this is where you need to understand where Grammy is a little bit different. Okay. Remember I said best rap performance? What's the category name? Yes, best melodic rap performance. Okay. Today's Grammys, they're not looking, it doesn't matter if it's a rapper doing it or if it's a pop singer doing it. If it has rap lyrics and it's melodic, it qualifies. Which is something that the culture may not like because they want rappers to have their rap categories. Nobody should be able to get in it, but that's exactly what's going on here. That's why I named the next nominee is Terrence Martin and Kenyon Dixon featuring Rhapsody. It's called We Mage. Okay? Very good song. This is a very good album. For those that are older, that just want to hear like good music, and it doesn't have to be a full rap album or full R&B album or full jazz album, but a fusion that's just very good music. This album falls in that category. The Terrence Martin and Kenyon Dixon album. Kenyon Dixon is a very good R&B singer. He's due to make an album, but he's got to catch up now. He's been gone for a little bit too long. That's my tally take on that one. The next one is P&D and Drake. Somebody Loves Me. You see the songs I'm naming? These names you might have heard about. It just does not matter because the winner's going to be SZA and Kendrick for Luther. That's just what it's going to be. So we'll go to the next category. Best rap song. Now, best rap song, again, a little not confusion, but just clarification, is a Songwriters Award. It's not how big it was on the radio. It's a Songwriters Award. Okay? So think about that. Best rap song that was written. Okay? Which is actually a great category if you think about it because the winner of that one is really true to his craft and they kind of recognize as much true to their craft. And it's what the nomination represents. Nominees are Doechii, Anxiety. Again, I just gave you 2 minutes ago why she's a good writer because she writes good concept songs. Okay. Clips Birds Don't Sing, which was a nice single. Pretty cool. I'm not saying it was a great write because they still talk the same stuff they talk. They're not talking about anything original. Okay, so I'm not gonna love it as far as an original song, but I will give them the comeback of they didn't mess up. They didn't disrepresent who they are. Okay, on that record. So that goes as well, too. Kendrick Lamar for TV Off. We just spoke about that for a minute. Okay, this is my passion song. Sticky by Tyler, the Creator. Featuring, and the features speak to the strength of the song. Featuring Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne. Okay, so it's now and then on this record. Okay, I call this the lunchroom anthem. Okay, if you heard this song, it sounds like the middle of a lunchroom at lunchtime with you banging on tables. And Sticky is from the Chromacopia album, which again is a year old. So to find this record a year later and say, I see what this is, somebody in the room say, you need to listen to this song. And it says, oh, this is real good. Yes, somebody found Tyler and brought him in the room. And it says, yes, Tyler. So I love that song personally. Okay, Glorilla TGIF, which is, I would call it, probably one of the most mainstream rap records that came out this past year. Very Memphis, very Glorilla. If you like Glorilla, you get it. If you're not a fan of Glorilla, you kind of maybe shrug your shoulders a little bit, but it's not misrepresented. I didn't see it and say, why did they pick this song? Okay. Surprisingly, who's not in this category is Cardi. Should be in this category somewhere. She's nowhere in here. Okay. But surprisingly in here, who should be in here somewhere. And I think this is a little bit of bias. There's no Drake in here anywhere. Okay. But I think Doechii should win this category. If she's going to win one category, I think this is the one she's going to win. Okay. Because TV Off isn't the best record on that Kendrick album. So I'll give it that as well. All right. Next is rap sung performance. Okay, this is the difference, Tone. Is mixing R&B and singing rather than a rap verse and a singing verse. It's intertwined, if that makes any sense. Okay, and you don't have to be a rapper for this. It just has to have rap on it. Okay, so listen to these nominations because you would be like, what's going on? Okay, the song "Apartment," Rose and Bruno Mars was nominated. Okay, and literally Bruno Mars raps for like 4 bars on the bridge of this song, and it's not even really rapping, but it qualifies. That's a big overseas song, by the way. Big overseas song that became a big song this way. Okay, 30 for 30, SZA and Kendrick. Okay, obvious reasons. Do I have to explain why? I don't think I do. Okay.
Maybe you should, though.
All right, well, okay, here you go. It debuted top 5 on the top 100. Okay. They call this the triple threat song because what literally happens, and this is something that Kendrick is creating with SZA. They're now almost like a rap group within themselves. Okay, because they go back and forth, back and forth. He starts, she finishes. She starts, he finishes. So they're almost like, they become left hand, right hand with the songs they're creating together, and that's being received very strongly as far as like, this is them taking their collaboration to the next. Like this is Ashanti and Ja Rule on steroids. Okay, and this is significant within that sense. I think that's something major. And they're both on their A game. Like SZA's a writer. She's unstoppable until further notice. Okay, and I just said that Kendrick doesn't waste syllables. So can you imagine them in the room writing together? Like the room probably has to be empty. Like you can't be in the room with them. You're probably going to interrupt and get in the way. But 30 for 30 was a good song as well too. Me personally, I didn't love it, but I got it. And I liked it. Okay. All right. Nobody knows what this record is. I probably want to heard this record. Huntrix, song called Golden. I'll stop right there. If you can, then you find out. It falls in that category of why they're here. Okay. I got another one for you. Cat's Eye, Gabriella, same thing. Who are these people? What are we doing? And this is interesting. Okay. Cynthia and Reva and Ariana Grande. This is from Wicked.
Wow.
Okay. It's their song. I want to say it's the lead song. It was one of the songs from Wicked. Came in top 25. Certified platinum like in 2 weeks because every kid wanted to have the record right away. There's a talking part. Rihanna does rap, and she raps for 2 bars and talks for 2 more. That's what makes this song eligible to be nominated. And I think of all the songs I mentioned, 30 for 30 makes the most sense because of the record that I think I'm being very serious when I say this. I think when they see this and check who wins, they're only going to recognize 30 for 30. They're going to say, what is this? Right? So I think that one's going to win for that category. Okay. Best rap collaboration. Okay. This is self-explanatory. Okay. The probable winner, Luther, SZA. Okay. With Kendrick. Okay. That Apartment record I just spoke about with Rose and Bruno Mars. Okay. Sabrina Carpenter, country artist with Doja Cat. Songs. She has a song. Her biggest song is called Man Child. There's a Man Child remix with Doja on the remix. So they've given her. They've made that eligible. If that makes any sense. Okay. Lotto and Gorilla, Push Start. Let me pause here for 2 seconds. Let's just say it out loud. Female rap is dominating hip hop right now. Okay. There are like 13, I know I'm not exaggerating, female rappers out there that all count or pseudo count. And when they get together, it almost becomes a girl club. Okay. It's almost like the guy's not even invited to be around this record. Like, you don't care if you like it or not. Okay. This is purely what the women want to hear themselves do, and they support each other. This is one of those songs that fall in that category. Okay, Glorilla's doing a good thing ever since she's been on Netflix, right? Remember on Netflix? she's on the competition on Netflix with Cardi B and Chance the Rapper. You remember that? Just saying it out loud. And there's a Doechii remix to Anxiety. I have no idea who's on it, but I think because it sounds so big, I think they just saw it and said we want to grab it. So I don't think that's a good one either. Okay. Again, I don't see Luther losing in this category as well. I think Luther's gonna walk with everyone there. Best rap album. This is a better category than you guys think. Okay, GNX, Kendrick's album. Okay, first week 200,000. 200,000 first week. So 200,000. Yeah. every record on the album charted on the top 100. And at one time, all 12 were on the charts at the same time. That's enough. He's the blueprint right now. Glorilla's latest album, Glorious, or Glorious. That's what it's supposed to be pronounced, right? Because Glorilla. We'll see what that does. Okay, my favorite, Chromacopia, Tyler, the Creator. I really want this one to win. I just really want this to win for the culture. Clips, Let God Sort Them Out. I was very happy that they got that nomination for them. I want every classic artist that stood the test of time to get at least in the game and be recognized for what they're doing, especially since the first, 20 years in hip-hop. A lot of it wasn't recognized. I want to see everybody kind of at least get recognized. I'm not saying they have to win, but I'm going to get recognized. And J.I.D. got nominated. Okay? God Does Like Ugly. Good for him. Good for him. Good for him. If Kendrick doesn't win this, there's probably going to be an investigation. But if Tyler wins, I'll be happy for that investigation to happen because the album is that good to me. All right? Guess what, Luigi? I just went through 6 categories. Okay? That's what's certified. No, that's what's qualified. You want to transition to what's certified? You want to transition to what's verified. Verified. And like one of our favorite groups, and the V, this is the R&B section. This is the Speak to My Soul section. This is where me and my sisters group text on a consistent basis. Right, Katia? Right, Isis? Right, Erica? Right, Christina? That's my. We got a group text just for R&B records. Okay. There are 6 R&B categories. Okay, so we'll go through them one by one, and some of this is gonna make sense, some of this is not gonna make sense. Tone, for you, my guy, just want you to just have your phone ready because there's a couple albums here. I'm not sure if you listen to it. Just want you to kind of get it on your list. Okay, I know you're all right. I know you were that guy. I know you were that guy. Okay. Okay, so ready for best R&B performance. Okay, here's the first one. So remember I said the Grammys got 87% right? Okay, here's where they kind of mess up. And not mess up because they're wrong, mess up because like, see, now you're playing with us. Okay, Justin Bieber for UConn. Okay, which got played on R&B radio, which is, I think, the only reason why it is here. Not that it's good, it's just that he made an R&B record that wasn't horrible, and it's saying we're going to sit here and graduate that to like it's a great performance. And it's not. It's just all right. It's just all right. Okay, so we're over this guy now, and I'm saying that we're over this guy. I'm saying this guy's no longer in trouble because he won for best R&B album last year. Okay, one of his songs on that album got nominated, and he's back this year. Chris Brown with Bryson Tiller. Okay, It Depends. Very much, it wasn't a huge record. It top 20, on the Hot 100. It was one of number one R&B streaming songs this year. And it's just kind of like when I'm right out, just kind of right down the middle. Just kind of sat there right down the middle, didn't involve nobody. It wasn't special. It wasn't horrible. Kind of like if we have a rotation list, the Chris Brown record could be on there, and there's nothing really great to take it off. So that's kind of what that happened here. But good for Chris Brown being off being out of punishment when it comes to being nominated for stuff. Okay, Kalani, Folded. Okay, I actually liked her first single better, which got nominated last year, and Folded got nominated this year. I'm gonna leave your clothes folded at the door. That's Miss Kalani. Okay. Number 3, hot R&B songs. It was the Mirror Talk Heartbreak Anthem. That's what TikTok called it. And she's talented enough where she always finds an emotional pocket. Like if you listen to every one of her albums, you might not love every one of her albums, but you always walk away saying these 2 songs right here, she did a good job. Like she cares about the craft. She's not just doing it to doing it. Okay. All right. Here's my other passion project. And if you don't have this album, Tone, please grab this album. Okay. Leon Thomas. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. This is what I mean when I say the Grammys got it right. Okay. Because this is something we probably both have seen and say he did a good job. They nominated the live version of Mutt that he did on NPR Tiny Desk. The Tiny Desk videos everybody does, they nominated that version of the song. There are remixes, there was Chris Brown remixes, there's album versions, but they grabbed this one. That's what I'm saying the Grammys are paying attention, okay? He performed his behind off on NPR Desk, okay? And I'm saying it right now, Leon Thomas, from New York, by the way, He saved male R&B. Male R&B was a horrible place. Okay, he came in with this album and did it for real. He just needs a stylist, okay, to work on his image because he looks like a music producer rather than a person that sings songs. Like, you know, I could go into that for another 5 minutes, but I'll stop there. But that's a good nomination. Very good nomination, okay? Another one that falls in that same category of a song that we've all heard and is good and it wasn't necessarily spectacular, but we heard it all year, Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker. Okay? Good song. Good song. Good song. She's got some bad stuff going on in the press lately, but she's good, okay? My tally take is that although I'm pulling for Leon Thomas, I can see Kalani winning this for Folded. She's been nominated enough times and hasn't won. And this song is right down the middle. It doesn't push any envelopes. It kind of fits right in pocket. So I see her winning as well, too. Okay, so I think Kalani's going to win this one. Let me get the category right again. For Best R&B Performance. Yes, Performance. Actually, I said Performance, right? Yeah, Leon Thomas might trump on that one because he did a live performance. And that one got nominated. So Leon Thomas may catch her. So if it's not Leon Thomas, then it probably be Kalani, based upon what the category represents. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, best traditional R&B performers. Now this is I usually call I messed up, Goju Nation. Here's why I messed up. I always said traditional R&B should be older acts and not current acts. So for example, if it's a current R&B performance record, like Babyface doesn't belong there, for argument's sake. Chris Brown does. But for traditional performance, that's where I will put Babyface. But that's not what it is. Because I had a conversation with somebody that works in this arena, okay? Traditional R&B performance is based upon the best song that represents the core elements of what R&B represents. I like that. And if it does that, then we're nominating it. And what that means is that anybody could be in it. And I said anybody, it says the same way that Beyonce could be in country, a country artist could be in this category. And I said, okay. I will look at it different now rather than just being mad because culturally I'm probably being biased what I want to see compared to what it is. So that I made that comparison, okay? And some of these artists too are like older artists and independent artists. And at that point, you don't know who they are. But again, it speaks to what the category is because they're in that core category of making traditional R&B songs, okay? Durant Bernard, an independent artist, has a song called Here We Are. Very, very good. I listened to it 3 times today to make sure I wasn't crazy. Okay, and I said I could see this. Okay, here's a name that we'll like: Layla Hathaway, Uptown. Okay, number 12 in adult R&B airplay. I just love me some Layla. Ledesi, Love You Too. Ledesi, please let me make sure I get that pronunciation right. Okay, she had the number 1 R&B adult album this year. She has a song called Love You Too. Okay,
Dope song.
Okay, all right. So that's album I got to listen to. Nah, I'm playing. And SZA, Cry Baby. This is like one of the songs I was playing on that. This is one of the songs that if you heard the album, you heard it in the cars a lot. It was on the radio a lot, but everybody else, this is the song that people pulled off the album that they liked. Okay, so I think that got some love there. Okay, and then Leon Thomas, Vibes Don't Lie. Okay, and as I remember this album, that is a very, very R&B produced record. Like he's not trying to be current. You could say he says, I want to make an R&B record that would make Marvin Gaye proud. You could say that's kind of how he's thinking when he makes that record. Okay. I think Ledisi's going to win this one. Okay, because that Love You Too on adult radio, that was their record. That was their record. Adult radio did not take their hand off your neck on this record. You heard it all year round. So we'll give her that one. Okay, we'll see what happens. Okay, best R&B song. Remember, best R&B song is Writing. Okay, Folded by Kalani. Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker. Chris Brown with Bryson Tiller, It Depends. Durant Bernard, Overqualified. Leon Thomas, Yes It Is. You know I'm going for Leon Thomas on this one, right? Okay, I want Leon Thomas to win this one. And Yes It Is was very well written as well, too. So it's a song concept. Okay, best R&B album. Luigi, you're going to love this one. Not love this one. We're going to say, oh, okay. been criticizing him and killing him because I called him on the milk cart. He's disappeared from us. Giveon, Beloved. Okay, best rap album. Excuse me, best R&B album. Coco Jones, Why Not More? Ladisi, The Crown. I think her adult R&B world pulled her into this category. Tiana Taylor, Escape Room. My favorite. No, not my favorite. My second favorite. To Leon Thomas, Mutt. Okay, they got nominated. Okay, listen to that Tiana Taylor album. She did such a good job, guys. She did such a good job. Okay, Tony, write that one down next to. Okay. I want Tiana Taylor to win it, but Leon Thomas deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves it. He saved male R&B. He saved R&B. But thank you, Giveon, for finding your lane, because this album is good too. Getting off the milk carton, finding your voice and your style, and making a good album. Giveon made a very good album, although I was looking for him for a long time. Okay, best progressive R&B album, which is basically that R&B core element, but staying in that lane and graduating it. So almost like think of it as like how jazz evolves, right? So jazz to jazz fusion for certain sake. This is what that is for R&B. Okay, Deron Bernard, Bloom, Bilal, Adjust Brightness, Destin Conrad. He's good. Destin Conrad's good. If you were in that Alex Isley, India Shawn, that vibe, Destin Conrad should be in your life. Okay? He's good. He's very, very good. Flow, All Access Areas, top R&B album. They're from the UK. Probably big over there. And then Terrence Martin, Kenyon Dixon. I spoke about them as that album. They came out. The album's called Come As You Are, Tone. Okay? Terrence Martin, Kenyon Dixon. All right? I see them winning this category because let me break this down a little bit. Terrence Martin is a jazz musician. Kenyon Dixon is a R&B singer. Okay? For them to come together, they had to merge their styles and complement each other without taking away from each other's core element. This album does that very, very, very well. Like executed very, very well. So from the musicality and writing of it, I can see this song winning that category. So we'll see what happens there. Okay. Best R&B duo group performance. Okay. Bessie collab, right? SZA, Kendrick Lamar, 30 for 30. Okay. Rose, Bruno Mars, Apartment. Okay. We spoke about these songs already. If you need me to come back, say stop. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, Defying Gravity, another song from our wonderful movie, Wicked. Hunter X Golden, spoke about that. Cat's Eye, Gabriella. Again, I'm going recognizable on this one. Okay, so we'll call SZA and Kendrick 30 for 30 to win in this category. Okay, I kind of flew through that. I was verified. Wow. Okay, I guess I'm getting comfortable. That's verified. Goju Nation is getting it certified. The C. Here's where we get to the big dogs. Song of the year, record of the year, album of the year. Okay, and my predictions there. Got a couple surprise categories in here as well, too, as we start rounding second and third base on this one. Okay, here's one of the new categories I'm gonna jump into. Okay, now this one always I won't say confuses me, but this one's always overcrowded. Like, it can't be this many artists in this category to dominate. Okay? So, in the best new artist category, okay, Addison Rae, Alex Warren, right? Who? Cat's Eye, at least they got songs nominated. Okay? Leon Thomas, Lola Young, Olivia Dean, Somber, The Marias. That's 8. There can't be 8 new artists that took over the world. And that just doesn't make sense to me. Okay, I'm only going for Leon Thomas in this one. I don't want anybody else to win but Leon Thomas. Anybody else wins, I don't care. They're wrong. Right? They're wrong. Producer of the year. There's a classical producer of the year, and there's a non-classical. Non-classical is quote current. Okay, so we'll go there. Okay, I'll tell you the producer. Excuse me. And I'll tell you the project they worked on that puts them in this category. Okay, as we speak about why they were nominated, in case you don't know the names, okay? Dan Auerbach, he produced the Black Keys album, the best rock album of this past year, one of the stronger pop albums this year, okay? Circuit, okay, he produced that Apartment record with Rose and Bruno Mars, and also produced the bulk of Lady Gaga's album, okay? Dijon, he's a producer, writer. His own album came out this year, which is highly acclaimed, and he produced a lot on Bieber's album, okay? Blake Mills, I do not know what he recorded. I honestly do not know. I do not know. So I'm just saying it out loud. I'm in trouble. I don't know that one. Okay. Soundwave did the G and X album for Kendrick. Produced the whole album. So that's self-explanatory. Okay. And in my eyes, he's the winner because that album had the most cultural impact of the year. There's no argument there. I know other songs were stronger, like, but Soundwave's the guy's probably. I wonder how much he's getting a check now. A song now. I wonder what he was getting before GNX and after Luther. Like, I wonder every month of Luther how much his price went up. Like, how much he made in January, February, right? Because his check game's got to be insane right now. Oh, it's got to be it. Oh, boy. Okay, here we go. Now, this is interesting. I don't know if you know this, Tom. Okay. Record of the year. Here's where it gets interesting. First of all, record of the year, song of the year, album of the year are beyond strong this year. Beyond strong. Like, when you hear the category nominees, you're like, wow. Here's the first nominee to make you go, really? And not really in the bad thing, but really in the world has completely changed. You ready? Bad Bunny. DTMF. Okay? Now, so let's say what makes it different. The song's completely in Spanish. It's not in English at all. Okay? It is an anthem. And got nominated for an American Grammy. Now, they have a thing called the Latin Grammys, do they not? Yeah, they do. Oh, okay, but this ain't there. Okay, this ain't there. Okay, so I'm not, again, I've heard the album. I'm all in. Okay. As a man of color, I love to go to a Bad Bunny concert. I'm ecstatic to go to a Bad Bunny concert for 30 different reasons. But the fact that the Grammys nominated this record is saying, nope, not a Latin Grammy. The Grammy says everything about where we are culture-wise. Okay? Sabrina Carpenter, Man-Child, that's the country entry. They never not give us a country entry. It's almost like it's not Americana. Like, we got to make sure we take care of the middle of the country. Right? We got to do it. The record's good, though. The record's good. I can't lie about it. Doechii, Anxiety. Record of the year. Okay? Good for her. Billie Eilish, Wildflower. You might as well if she makes an album a year, just take a song out and just put it aside for this one. Billie Eilish, do you know her story, Tom? No. Okay, I'll make it simple. Billie Eilish went from SoundCloud to a legend. Okay? She got discovered on SoundCloud. Okay? She makes all her records with her brother and his band, which is a band within itself. Am I right, Luigi? I think his brother's a band within itself. Okay? But it's one of them online success stories. Okay, but she is, when you see her and you hear her writing, she is an amazing writer. She could write for anybody. She could write for Beyonce. She could sit in a room with SZA and say what? Okay, she is amazing. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if she wins because and this song Wildflower. Let me give you the concept of this song. The concept of this song is that she's singing to her current boyfriend. Okay, about his ex-girlfriend, who she took him from. And asking him, do you still think about her? When you kiss me, do you see her? Think about that. Now, I'm going to add in this part. How long are songs nowadays? That sounds like a long song. She wraps this up in 2 minutes. She is something special. Okay? I'm not exaggerating to say this. I am creatively attracted to Billie Eilish. You know how you can see somebody's work and say, I'm attracted to that person because their work is so great? Billie Eilish is that good of a writer. Like, I'm attracted to her. Like, I'm attracted to your brain. As a writer. Wildflower, Billie Eilish. Okay? Lady Gaga, Abracadabra. Okay? This is another good song. It's really another good song. Okay? And Luther. SZA and Kendrick for Record of the Year. And then there's there's a Chappelle Rome record called The Subway. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. It is so good. And the Rose record by Bruno Mars and Apartment. So that's how many songs is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 songs nominated for Record of the Year. They gotta do a little better than that. I can't co-sign 8 songs, but tough choice. I gotta go with Luther. Half the year on the charts, I gotta go with Luther. But I would not be surprised if Gaga or Billie Eilish won. I'm just saying it out loud. If they won, I wouldn't be like, huh? I'd be like, okay, I get it. Song of the year. Okay, record of the year is performance, radio play. Song of the year is the writing, right? Abracadabra, Lady Gaga. Anxiety, Doechii. She's in here a little bit now, okay? This Apartment record with Rose and Bruno Mars. Did we miss something? I think we missed something. I think this is like when the Blueprint came out and people who are not black were like, what album is he? He's retiring. What? He's retiring. What? He is? Because I think they just missed it. Because I missed this song. I heard it and I like it, but I'm like, for all these nominations, I would have normally caught that. Okay, Bad Bunny got nominated for the same song again, DTMF. Okay, for Song of the Year. Hunter X Golden and Luther. Sabrina Carpenter's in here with Manchild. Billie Eilish is in here with Wildflower. It's the same 8 songs for Song and Record of the Year, basically. I almost want to say Luther should win, but I can't see the Grammy Awards giving him everything. I can see him say you can have one, but you can't have the other.
I was just thinking that. I was like, how many times is he gonna win?
I can see him say we can give you one, we can't get the other one. If that's the case, then Billy. I'm sorry, and I said song of the year, writing, right? You know what? I'm gonna go on a limb. Billie Eilish, because that song, the writing of that song is over the top. Last but not least, album of the year. Okay, and again, how times are changing, and the album deserves it. Bad Bunny. Okay, Bad Bunny. He definitely had one of the best albums of the year. Okay, here's one that was good, and I think is when he does this, they always give him flowers, even if he doesn't deserve it. The second that Justin Bieber is able to balance R&B and pop, they think he's Jesus. They just want to give it to him like nobody else could do that. Okay, I mean, I know he's Usher's protege and the whole thing, and I get it. Okay, but follow me. But I remember 8701 getting nominated for Album of the Year. Okay, when Usher was doing the R&B and pop thing. Okay, so I don't. That's why I say they're giving Justin a little bit more than that. So, but his album Swag, that also speaks to my problem. Okay, got nominated for Album of the Year. Sabrina Carpenter, Mom's Best Friend. Am I saying no? Man's Best Friend. Jesus Christ, I was about to get myself in trouble here. Okay, Clips. Let God Sort Them Out. Album of the Year. Okay, they're never going to win, but it's just wonderful for them to say that in their career. We got nominated for album. They can say that for the rest of their life, yeah. And they'll be okay with that one. Okay, Lady Gaga.
What if they get it? What if they take it?
If they take it, the industry's different. Like if they win that one, that means that Bad Bunny won. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying they're not supposed to win. I'm saying that, but because again, these categories are strong categories. You know what I'm saying? Like you're because. Ready? Because I'm going to go down a little bit. Because G and X is in this category. If the Clips beat out Kendrick Lamar, we're on planet Jupiter.
It might be all right.
Okay? I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm just saying that the game's going to be like, what? What are we doing? Okay? So, and Leon Thomas is in this category for best album of the year. This is the point where I go back to the beginning. The Grammys kind of got it right. You got Bad Bunny. You got Leon Thomas, you got Kendrick, you got Clips, you didn't forget Lady Gaga. Like, this is a tough category. This is a very tough category. Did I miss anybody? No, Lady Gaga, Mayhem. And don't forget, this Lady Gaga's first or second album after she's no longer working with Tony Bennett. Remember all she did was Tony Bennett. Remember she doing those albums together and he was winning Grammys on them classical albums. She went back to Lady Gaga that first got signed by, Discover Lady Gaga? Akon. And she's from the village. She's like from New York City, like in the village. Like loves to go to Halloween parades type stuff. Okay. So just give me again some back. It's kind of why I'm here. Did I name everybody? I got Kendrick, right? I said Lady Gaga, I said Eclipse, I said Sabrina Carpenter, Justin Bieber, he better not win. Leon Thomas. If Leon Thomas wins, okay, here we go. Kendrick should win. Okay. If they don't give it to a Gaga, which they can. I don't see that. Okay. But if Leon Thomas wins, and I'm sorry, I'm moving too fast. And who else got nominated? Tyler, the Creator, for Chromacopia, the album that came out last year that came back this year. This category is packed. Okay. If Tyler, the Creator wins, I'll be celebrating. Okay. If Leon Thomas wins, the industry will celebrate. Like R&B will throw a party of life because they will feel like we are back. We are back, and back. Like they'll feel like they felt when Outkast won. They'll feel like when Lauryn Hill won. They're like, oh, this is significant. But Kendrick should win. Now, Kendrick won last year. Record and Song of the Year. Okay? And this is the album that it was on. So here we go. But Goju Nation, I'm getting so excited. The Grammys did an amazing job this year. You just saw how I went back and forth over the album of the year and forgot the guy who I prefer, Tyler, the Creator. That shows how strong this category is. So they didn't miss a lot. Did a very good job. I didn't name all the categories. Okay. What I always love about the Grammys when they come out though, Luigi, is that I care enough, Tone, to listen to every category because I'll miss stuff. So, for example, I'll go to the reggae category and listen to all those albums. Say, oh, man, I missed this one, and find some good gems. I listen to the Latin jazz albums and find some great gems. Jazz, I find some great gems, that type of stuff. So I look forward to doing that in the meantime when I do this. We'll come back, Luigi. I don't know if we'll do a full podcast, but we'll do it what I got right and what I got wrong podcast. All right? I appreciate you, Goju Nation. Thank you for rocking with us today. Spending your time, your spirit, your curiosity here with me. Don't forget, follow at Gotham Jungle, IG, X, Threads, Facebook, and YouTube. Got them all right today, Luigi. Okay? One word, at Gotham Jungle. One word, at Gotham Jungle. Okay? Make sure you send your email to be on that Gotham Jungle newsletter. Okay? That's where the community grows. That's where the culture gets curated. That's where the qualified, verified, and certified information lives. Okay? I want to thank my Katia. I want to thank Erica. I want to thank Isis. I want to thank, I'm missing two people. I'm going to get in trouble. I want to thank Maria. And I want to thank the Supreme Architect of the Universe. These are all my soldiers that hold me down with others that get me through this podcast stuff. All right? And as always, never forget, light and darkness cannot coexist at the same time. So if you choose to be one, choose to be the light. Vivat.
Gotham Jungle, we got the facts. Qualified, verified, certified plaques. Keep humble and remain class acts. If we choose to be the light, then we're never off track. Check the rhyme, can we kick it like Tribe does? All the time, we on point like the stylus.
Industry
Don't forget the industry rule. Number 4080, baby, don't be fooled.